disempowering negative route, right? And live a life that's not fulfilled? Or do we go down the empowering route, the positive route that some people may say, and go down the route of, hey, you know, like this is happening for a reason, you know? And this is the whole options of choices, you know, multiple choices. We got normally 3 choices that we can decide to do, which is stay the way we want to be, make some changes is number 2, or fuck it off and not even be here. It's as simple as that.
Why do you think some of us? I think you mentioned you said the word programmed, right? Why do you think some of us are programmed like that?
Okay, so I don't believe that some people. Yeah, sorry. Let me rephrase that. I I believe that everybody is programmed because of science, right? And it's all science based. It's all factual based. The stuff that I've learned is all. It's not just me deciding that the word program is, you know, what I believe everybody is programmed. Every single human being on this planet has been programmed, right? And I use the word program because of this fact, and I'll tell you the reason why. Is because from the age of 0 to 7 or 0 to 6, either way, right? All we are, and if you watch this next time you go around and you see a baby, Bruno, right? I want you to do this. I want you to look into the baby's eyes and watch what happens with the baby's eyes. At 2, 3, 4, whatever age, they'll be looking everywhere. They're looking everywhere. And all they're doing is they're downloading what's going on, right? Because at that point, all we are is a big computer downloading all this information. And we're downloading stuff like our parents, our preachers. And what I mean by preachers, I mean people that we look up to. That could be a wrestler, it could be a football player, it could be a golfer, it could be a podcaster, it could be a superstar, it could be anybody, you know what I mean? That's what I mean by preachers. I don't mean people in church, right? And then after that, we have our teachers, like in school, right? And from that concept, all we do is download. And if you've got any parents out there that are just about to get a child at the age of 6 or 7, you watch what happens. What happens is then we do this. 6 to 7, we push a big ass button on the top of our heads, boom, and we go, welcome to the world, right? And that's the program that we're given. And I ask you this question. I ask you a personal question. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
So are you close to your mum and dad?
Oh man, no, that's super. Let's see. Let's see how much I can answer that because as close as I can, right? Because my mom does have some issues. I would rather not to go into
Okay,
it.
that's fine. Okay.
So I try to keep my distances with my mom. Let's put it that way. But with my dad, I used to have a lot of problems growing up because he also didn't know how to be a dad. They got me
Okay.
pregnant when I was about 18 or so. Sorry.
Okay.
They were about 18 or so,
Yeah.
and so my dad definitely did not know how to be a dad, but that was like 32 years ago, so he got some time to to learn. He has another daughter. He has done some therapy, and he's a great dad now. We don't live like he lives in Brazil. Uh,
Yeah.
but my mom, on the other hand, I
Well,
think
thank you.
just to finish, my mom, on the other hand, I think she has a lot of this mentality. Like I don't even think she knows she's conscious that she has this mentality, which is that's the way I am, baby, and give it or take it. So yeah, that's the overview.
And that's and thank you for sharing that. Super, thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate that you did that. And the reason I said that is because of the fact. The next question I'm going to ask you is this: who are you the most like?
Sorry, who likes me the most?
Who are you the most like? Who are you the most like? Your mum or your dad?
Like, I think,
As in who?
yeah.
I'll elaborate on the question. Who do you have the most traits of? Who do you act like the most? I'll do it that way.
Oh, okay. So okay. I would say my dad. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Who did you crave the most amount of love from, though?
I think it's an English barrier here. Like, who gave me more love? You would just say?
No, who did you want the most amount of love from? Was it your mum or your dad?
think both equally, man, because
Okay, cool.
yeah.
So then you looked up to your dad. So then think back for 2 minutes, and everybody out there, by the way, I'm not just talking to you, by the way, I'm talking to everybody that's going to be listening to this, because this is something that everybody can do. And I know that people are listening about it, right? Is the people we crave, the people we looked for the most amount of love from, there will be one. And by the way, it was more than likely your mum, to be brutally honest, right?
Okay.
Not telling you what it is, but it more than likely was your mum, right? And at that beginning stage of your life, until you started to make your own decisions, you took some traits from them more than anything else, right? You took some traits from them, and you had this whole concept of, in a way, that this is just the way it is and nothing's going to change and this, that, and the other. And the reason I say that is because you told me something before. You told me that you met so many females. You met so many females that had the same traits of what your mum is.
Yes, it's my curse. It's my curse.
Right?
Yeah.
The same as your mum.
Yes, they believe they're
And
there they are.
And there's the program. And there is the program. And that's the reason why I say the program, is because it's science-based, logical stuff that I've learned over the years, that whatever it is our brain is just consistently programming. And then at 7, we switch it on. And by the way, just to let you know, my dad is a very successful businessman, very successful for over 40 years. And at 2-year-old, my mum left my dad, right? And I didn't spend a lot of time around my mum or around my dad. The person's love I craved the most, the person's love I seeked the most amount of love from, I'll change the language, right, was my dad. I now own multiple businesses, right? I now have successful businesses. My dad never taught me any of that, but because I wanted his love the most, that's who I became. Then I made a decision to change. My dad used to use these words all the time. This is who I am, and I'm never going to change. I used to use them words. This is who I am. I'm never going to change. Then what I did with females is I found a woman that was more like my mum, because that's what we do. Not no more, by the way. Not now, but that's what I did in the past. And that was the program.
Let me ask you, so you asked me a very, very personal question. Let me ask you another personal question. Beck, would you say that now that you made this conscious choice of not seeking or dating women who are not like your mom, do you still feel like you can love, and do you still feel like you can feel attracted to them in the same, with the same intensity, and love them in the same intensity, and that you need to?
Okay, so I want you to say the question again, but I want to be honest with you. I want to be super honest with you. I've never done this in my life. Can I just put it on hold for 1 minute while I nip to the toilet, because I'm going to pee myself?
Yeah, of course.
Is that possible? Just 1 minute.
Yeah.
1 minute. I do this, and I apologize to everybody out there, but we're super fun.
All right.